Up next, we got two ladies coming in with Victoria Leonardo and Melissa Gatto. Now, Melissa Gatto is making her debut, but if you want to check her out on YouTube, she actually has a fight against Carol Rosa where she finished her via Kimura. And in that fight, I mean, Carol looked her regular self, good stand-up fighter, but, got caught when she was even in top position and got the takedown. BJJ is going to be there, man. And I think Victoria having that Muay Thai style that we saw against, Fior, it was a fish out of water again, but more so from a technical standpoint, right? I think for me, it's how good can she look with a fighter that she doesn't have to manage the distance so much. I think that Fior was able to keep her at bay so well that even the combos that were coming in looked very Macy Barber-esque. I'm always going to have an issue with that, the Miranda Maverick fight. But in any case, I do think that she has such a good opportunity to prove that was more of I took on an elite fighter in my debut at the next level of the UFC, and I think that this is going to be one where she can at least show off a bit more. You consider some of the things that, both these girls have in common, right? You talk about the Kung Fu background for both of them, and one kind of going off with the Muay Thai with Victoria and the other kind of going into BJJ. But I think that's where these girls are going to clash. And it's funny, even though we have Gatto coming in as her debut, I think she's just going to have a really big advantage on the ground. And if she's able to kind of get the fight, into that close range, get some clinch work going, I think that Victoria's striking game looks beatable, but she does have some power. And, we saw on that Contender Series fight against Jesse Hackett that she can finish pretty well, especially with that ground and pound. And for me, I really love the Dragon Ball Z outfit on Tapology. So little things like that might steer me in one direction. But all in all, I think it's a fairly close fight, but I'm actually going to give Gatto the edge here. I just think that from a practical standpoint, like both these girls seem to have a limited striking background, in terms of that Kung Fu, but Leonardo took a bigger step into Muay Thai, but that ground game just seems to be something that stands out here. I think that that's probably the biggest exploitation that Gatto can take advantage of, and that should make her a bit more of a favorite here. Nothing like that minus 300s and stuff that we just saw, but I think that we have to give Gatto the respect of that minus 40, minus 140, minus 150 range. Really is kind of the one to watch, right? I think that as a debut fighter taking on someone that we've at least seen how she strikes, I mean, if she's able to keep the fight standing and have her way with it, this could be a long night for Victoria Leonardo. So let's take a look at the lines. Like I said, about a minus 140 to minus 150 would be my guess here for Gatto. And yeah, I mean, we opened up saying it was going to be close. Line was minus 155 to open, plus 130 for Victoria, but it's basically a pick'em now, minus 115, minus 110, wherever you want to see that, but straight up a pick'em. And I think it really is that clash of stand-up versus ground game. But in my opinion, the Gatto edge there really does come from where I think that the biggest gap could be on the ground, and maybe she has her way with her. I think we're going to see just how good Victoria Leonardo is at, the MMA style of fight.